you're welcome back to Okikayo's Hub. You see, this time I want us to discuss on something more important. You see, in this life, there is no one God created without having a glory. There is no one God created without giving an altar of something of honor. But how tiring it is when one is a promised child, but not even living to the 1/4 of who he or she was called to be. How frustrating it is when one was born gloriously, yet living as someone who doesn't have glory at all. You know, it could be tiring, and you know what that might be. It is frustrating. Are you in that shoe and you have listened to different kinds of promises? The one God told you yourself, the one your parents heard before you were even giving birth to, the one said in the Bible, the one said through the prophets of God or through the ministers of God. And the life you are living is it's nothing compared to the life you were told you will live. And you are feeling as if there is no God, you are feeling as if you are alone, you are feeling as if you can never be who you are called to be. Dear, you can be who you are called to be. Yes, what you just have to do is to remind God. Remind Him of what He has promised. Remind Him of what He has said before your existence. Remind Him of what He told you. It is not because He forgot, no, but He wants to be so sure. If you believe in Him, He wants to be so sure. If truly you know that He is capable of doing what He has promised. Look at the Israelites. It was said to their father that they will use 400 years in a foreign land, in a strange land, but they ended up using 430 years. Though we believe that, it's for the sin of the people who lived in the land they want to occupy, it's for their sins to be filled, it's for God was preparing them, this and that. But I must tell you, God needs you to remind Him. He needs you to take Him by His word. Truly He said, your wall are continually before Him, and your names is written in the palm of His hands. But dear, you need to remind God. Yeah, just let us look at those Israelites again in the land of Babylon. At Babylon, they could have used more than 70 years that was promised that they would use, if not for the help of God through Daniel's life. Daniel reminded God that God said they would use 70 years. He reminded God that it was time for them. You too, you have to remind God. Remind Him of His promises for you. Let Him know that He said something about you. Let Him know that He had promises for you. Yeah, He doesn't forget. He needs you to remind Him. Now be charged to pray. Be charged to stand up on His words. Hold Him by His words. He said, hold me by my words. And He said, if the word, that is this earth, will go, if it will be folded up, His word will not return back to Him, without doing which that He has promised Him to do. So, hold God by His word. Remind Him. Another thing, if you see that your relationship with Him is not good, re-amend your relationship. That's with fasting the answers to your prayers. God doesn't forget His promises for you, but you need to remind Him. You need to hold Him by His word. He said, ask till your joy is full. He said, I tell you, till this moment you have not asked of anything. Ask till your joy is full. So part of what will make your joy to be full It's when you are fulfilling your purpose. It's when you are who you are destined to be. So now, I am imploring you to remind God of who He has promised to make out of you. I hope you do that now. I hope you pray now. I hope you work it out now, because generations are waiting for you. Destinies are tied to you. Destinies lean up to yours, and you are delaying them. Will you remind God now?